Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. Following up on my last two videos, I want to break down 3 more of the best decks you can use to climb the ranked ladder with. We'll start with an aggro deck and then switch gears for 2 different variations of Trundle Voli for the control players out there. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. That way you have a good understanding of what's strong, whether you want to play the best decks themselves or if you want to know how to counter them. Let's see what these strong decks are, shall we? Welcome to Meta Report. And the first deck I have for you guys is a reoccurring meta threat, Lulu Jinx. Coming in with a win rate of 58.06% and a play rate of 2.14%, it is staying at the top of the aggro ladder. Its best matchups include Lux Lilia, Ez Senna, and variations of Trundle Voli. Its worst matchups are Udyr Morgana, Aatrox Morgana, Kayn Aatrox, and also Jarvan Aatrox Morgana. So the main strategy of this deck is to swarm as a lot of 1-cost cards, and then it kind of like teeters out after that. Mainly it just wants to get out really early pressure and also use the discard synergy cards in order to get that damage out, and then also be able to play around Jinx and also Mecha Yordles in the mid game. So it's best to like dump your hand as fast as possible so you can get the Jinx level if that's what your hand calls for, but you can also play like a tiny bit slower and then play around like Scrap Heap and also the Bilgerat Rascal and Arena Promoter in order to play around the Mecha Yordles, which are really strong mid-game units, and then basically try to win through those if you don't get to Jinx. So this deck is really flexible in how it wants to play. It can actually just like full-on swarm with 1-drops, push a bunch of damage, and then win through like burn, or again it can play a little bit in the mid game, or it can play around Jinx. It's basically like whatever pieces you find in your hand, you can build them together like a puzzle and come up with a win con. It's also still abusing the combo of Lulu and also Flame Chompers, so getting the Chompers down as soon as possible and then having Lulu buff it to a 4/4 with Challenger and able to, you know, pressure the board, get ahead, and then also create a snowball effect. And then also, like a newer inclusion to this deck would be the Bomber Twins. Bomber Twins is going to give you a random landmark. However, it's probably just going to be discard fodder, so don't think too much about the landmark you get or trying to make it work, trying to play it. For the most part, you're just going to end up discarding it. So those are like, you know, just a couple of the like side notes, I guess, to keep in mind when you are playing this deck. And that's it for the quick deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game so you can see how the deck plays out. I'll be giving context to why I'm playing certain cards, and hopefully it gives you a good feel on how to play the deck. And for this example game, we're going to be fighting Nightfall featuring Kindred. Pretty strong combo as well. So we have Lulu in opening hand, we have Pi, Tellstones, and Blowback. I think we definitely want to keep Pi because I believe they have enough like 1 HP and 2 HP units to make Pi and Perilous Pastry worth it. We can keep Lulu, obviously. Pitch the other two, try to find Flame Chompers, and maybe like Zonai Urchin would be really cool. Well, there's the Urchin. Where's my Chomper at, huh? No Chomper. Okay, then we'll just play Forge Chief on one.
Let's get to work.
Forge Chief is fantastic because on strike we get 1 spell mana back. So then we can play the Pi, especially on that Flight, which is a 1 HP unit. That's elusive, so it'll be nice to have the Pi, just in case they don't block with it, but they do, so we'll go ahead and take that trade, putting us 1 mana ahead of our opponent. And we can also do like what? Yordle Squire on defense, pick one of these, discard it. Yep, looks like that's going to be the case, because we did not get our Chompers in opening hand, so we're just going to play out our 1-drops and try to commit to the Swarm. Squire, pick something, doesn't really matter what. And then I think we can block the Violet Protector. I'm kind of down for that. Then also Pi Toss it. Make sure the board is nice and clear. Take that trade, and then play Zonai Urchin, discarding the Tiny Shield. Vandal Tellstones, alright. And then on attack 3, we can just go ahead and slam Lulu. Yep.
Well, this isn't the glade.
And then on defense turn, I'm probably going to Scrap Heap something, so we can try to play around mid-game Mecha Yordles. Go ahead and attack like this. Remember to attack with Lulu on the left, so that way she can support the other unit that we're attacking with, creating a 4/4 attacker. Really strong pressure, actually. They could do Stygian and then like Pale Cascade to trade into Lulu if they have Pale. But now we know they don't have Pale in hand, otherwise they would have used it here. Shadestalker, alright. That's fine. Nightfall Shadestalker means that is elusive. Cannot block it unless I also have an elusive, which I do not.
Forgive me.
Yep, we are just going to take 2. Can't do much about that, Captain. I think I want to Yodel Squire, pick something,
Looking for a hero for my hero.
and then discard it. We probably want to find a 5-cost Mecha Yodel. That would be really nice. That way we can play it on curve on our attack turn. Okay, non-Nightfall Guardian, sure. Any shield, 5 cost, 5 cost. Nope, no 5 cost. So I have to pick one of these. Grant me +2 for each card you discarded last round and then shuffle stats. Or just play the Mecha Forcer and then open. And now to play the Mecha Forcer. I think this is just way better. And we also get to do first action attack on 5 before they can set up any blockers. Ooh, hello Jinx. Alright, so let's do give my supported ally spell shield and 2/2. I think we're going to do Lulu 2/1 and then also Mecha Forcer 2/1. There's no real reason to put +2/+2 on Lulu, right? Oh, or is there? Because she is leveling. Gotta pay attention to her level up. So let's do like Mecha Forcer, Lulu, and then just pick one of these. And then Lulu will be a 6/4 spell shield, meaning they cannot efficiently block her. So always important to check the eye over here and see where everything is going to end up upon resolution. We are getting a nice buff Lulu. And we also have the mana to protect her with Bendel Tailstones. So I like this route a lot. Because we could do like Heroic Refrain for 4 mana, right? Tailstones plus Heroic. Silencing, sure. We still have that spell shield, so don't gotta worry about that too much. She gets to keep the 4 HP. Making her just way too difficult to deal with. Also, these units can't trade into the Mecha Forcer either. So that's kind of unfortunate for them. Yeah, they just basically have to block. Yeah, this is gonna put us quite far ahead. Because now we can also do Perilous Pastry. Or the Electro Harpoon. What would I rather do? There's Pastry, right? And then we can play the Gloom Sprites. And then next turn we can play Jinx, +3 mana for the Harpoon, and we should be able to level Jinx and get Rocket on the same turn. I haven't, like, fully counted the mana yet, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. We're going into 6 floating 2. That's 8 mana. We do 4 here, 7 here, and we can play Rocket. Except we cannot discard our full hand because of this. Lulu level. Messes up everything. I think we're just going to do the Heroic Refrain then. Because, like, I could play Jinx, and then I could also, like, do the Electro Harpoon. Yeah, but then I'm going to be up 1 card in hand, so we do not get Jinx level. Sequel Horror. Let's go ahead and Heroic Refrain. Yeah, just play them both. Buff those guys. Keep her alive. I think this could be like a Nocturne. It's okay, though. If they do Nightfall Nocturne, they have to pick Jinx or Lulu, and Nocturne will still die. Alright. Back with both. I'll just take the 2, and I will block the 3/2. Actually, I would probably block with Mecha Forcer, right? Yeah, if they did attack with the Stalker, which they should have, because it was dying anyways. They don't have a lot in their hands. Let's do Barrier Lulu. Grab HP for our Yodel Squire, and then we can play out both of these and get Rocket. Yeah, I mean, it's over every which way. We can open attack and do Rocket after. We can do Rocket first. Doesn't really matter. And we're going to be shifting gears, slowing down the game plan quite a lot, and playing Trundle Volibear Demacia, coming in with a win rate of 51.55%, but a play rate of 3.04%. It's very popular and still above that 50% win rate threshold. Its best matchups include Mordekaiser, Luxaphelios, Nami Nila, and also Mordekaiser P and Z. Its worst matchups are Lulu Zed, Lulu Jinx, Zed Lucian, and Draven Jinx, so variations of Demacia midrange and also discard. So this is a mana ramping slow strategy where you want to play defensive, put out units in the early game that give you more maximum mana. That way you can hit your late game power spike way earlier than your opponent. So there's going to be many ways to do it. We have Faces, we have Winter's Touch, we also have Wild Mysticism, ways to get extra mana gems, right? And then also we have some stalling. We have Ice Shard to hit a bunch of 1 HP units, Avalanche to deal 2 to everything, and then also some bodies in the early game like Troll Scavenger that can be used as a wall, things like that. We have a little bit of healing, we have a little bit of tech, we have Harsh Winds for stalling, and then we play Big Trundle, right? And then we get the Ice Pillar. We spend 8 mana to play Ice Pillar, which levels Trundle, also gives us 8 mana back, and then we start playing 8 mana Beat Sticks, like Bodir, who makes even bigger Beat Sticks, which are Overwhelm 8/8s. And then also It That Stares to do big removal to the opponent, make them surrender. We have Lord Eldred to make it really hard for the opponent to deal with tough Nexus, and also just ramping stats. Big, right? This is like big dude dot deck. That's all you're trying to do is stall in the early game and then play a bunch of big dudes and the opponent surrenders, or you beat them down with said big dudes. We got Voices for more mana ramping. We got Wrath as a big dude, Volibear as a big dude, of course, and also champion, and Cythria as another big dudette. There often is a control ramp strategy that is in the meta. Usually it's trying to like reach a certain card or certain mana point, so like War Mothers and also Feel the Rush, things like that. For this one is just some of the big dudes in the game are really hard to deal with and also have some really cool bonus effects, so that's all there is to it. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game. And for this example game, we're fighting Lilia Morgana. So, in general, what you want to do when you are playing, like, Trundle Volley is you want 2 ramp cards, which is awesome, Trundle, and also any amount of early game stuff. Kind of depends on, like, what the opponent's deck is. If they're playing, like, something aggressive, something Noxus, you'd probably want Avalanche. We could actually play kind of greedy and keep the Voices. I wonder how slow they're going to play. Gain 2 mana gems for the top 5 cards in your deck. Draw each card that costs 8. I'm kind of down. You know what? Since we are playing against a slower strategy that isn't going to try to race me, we could probably keep this hand. But yeah, you usually want 2 ramp cards and then like Trundle and or 1 or 2 removal. Lots and lots of ramp. We do have to worry about deny, so that makes me not really want to use Wild Mysticism, because then we're just going to get denied, so we could probably do the burst speed one and then pass. Maybe like first action next turn they'll play below deny for me. And then we can play the Mysticism, because we do not have enough mana to play Voices yet. Oh. Or we can play the Trundle now. Trundle now or Mysticism now. I'm kind of down to Mysticism. Mysticism, if we get denied, then they can't do any like combos this turn. Alright, fascinating. I am intrigued by this. I will take 3, that's fine. I'm surprised they did not full send. They must have some kind of crazy wombo combo they're cooking. Alright, this turn we could probably do Trundle, right? Yeah, I think it's definitely Trundle and a Winter's Touch. Or Trundle plus like Darken Spear. Let's just do Trundle first. He might get like Will of Ionia or something, right? Straight up recalled. Oh, or Sunburst. Yeah, he just dies here. Alright, goodbye Trundle. It was nice knowing you though. I think I do want to Winter's Touch. Even more mana. Because then I can Volibear, right? We can do Ice Pillar and then Voli, which is kind of lit. Something I see a lot of, like, enemy Trundle Volley players do is just not play Ice Pillar when they can. Like, it's literally free. On play, you get your mana back. So you might as well, even if you don't have Trundle on the board. You also get bonus effects like Vulnerable. So, pretty good. Yeah. Yep, very cool. We'll go ahead and block here, right? And then we'll play the Volibear, which gives me a guaranteed, let's see, 3 storms across their board. High chance of hitting Lilia. Very high chance. Let's go ahead and do that. Nice, we did hit the Lilia. And then I think we should play a Naka. So, should I do that first action though? Probably not. I kind of like the idea of Faces first. Just to see if we get like a recall or a stun or something on the Volibear, and then it'll make our Naka safer. I don't mind playing the turn a bit slow. Alright. Play the Naka now. We shall see. I'm on dual threats. You gotta deal with both of these now, because these are big dudes. But like, see, we were playing like a 9 cost when they had only 6 mana. That is the whole point of this deck. We can also use voices to refill. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. I kind of want to grab that Spriteling with something like my face is, to be honest. Like that. I mean, that's kind of cool. And then all today, because like that way we're pushing more damage. Yeah, we hit Cytheria. Wow! Okay! Wait, we just threatened lethal. Wait, that Anaka pull was insane, and so was grabbing the Spriteling. Yeah, this forces a silence, right? It straight up has to. I was cooking there for a second, though. That was insane out of me. We also level Voli off of that, too. So next time we get a Voli attack, I mean, it's just over. Because then he's going to start using the Relentless Storms.
When all is dark and cold, I shall remain.
We also have AoE Overwhelm from that, too. Very strong effect as well. Yeah, create like a big thing, go ahead. I'm kind of down to just like Avalanche. We have Avalanche and Harsh Winds as stall this turn. Just to make it to where nothing bad happens to us. And like, I do not care about your healing. I'm about to one-shot from 40 Nexus health, straight up. That's how big we got, how quickly. Oh, hello. When I'm summoned, draw one of your champions. Wait, each round, the first time you summon a champion at rally. Fascinating. Alright. Go ahead. Show me what you got. Because, like, rallying with this board is not very strong. Alright, you're grabbing my Ice Pillar. That's not nice. That's not nice of you, like, at all, actually. Quite rude, even, I would say. All good. We have Harsh Winds. Now, would you like to play your champion and rally? Because, like, that's Lilia, and then you tap the 3 spell mana, and that's all you have to work with. If that drew you Morgana, and that's all you have, you can't even rally this turn. So you know what? I'm gonna Winter's Touch. You know what? I thought I'd get something better than Wild Mysticism, but I didn't. That is okay. Hey, don't recall my guy. That's very rude, actually. I should have just played the Wild Mysticism that I had then, but that's okay. We'll replay Volibear. I don't really think that we care too much at this point about most things. I'm pretty sure we just kind of win. Unless they randomly run the thing that recalls every single thing on the board. That would be really annoying. But I think we're okay. Is this going to be a Morgana now or something? Concussive Palm. Sure. Concussive is fine. I think as a response, I could probably do this. It's like, I'm not going to use the mana for anything else, and it's nice because it gives us, like, next action attack, and they have one less blocker. You know, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Hooray! Big swing, big damage. Also, Voli level's really sick. And the last deck I have for you is Trundle Voli again, but with a different coat of paint. A pink coat of paint being Ionia, coming in with a win rate of 56.64% and a play rate of 1.84%. It's played a lot less, but it also wins a lot more, so keep that in mind. Its best matchups include Ez Senna, Bard Mord, Lux Vex, and also Jarvan Aatrox Morg. Its worst matchups are Lulu Zed, Lulu Jinx, Jinx Draven, and Zed Darius LeBlanc. So just like the last deck, this one is going to be doing the same main game plan, which is mana ramp, while also stalling in the early mid game. It's just going to be doing all of that like slightly different. The mana ramping is going to come from Faces, Warding Stones, which is new here, Winter's Touch again, and Wild Mysticism. However, there's also going to be some different kinds of stalling, so stuns instead of big AoE removal. As you can see, this deck is not running Ice Shard, nor is it running Avalanche. It doesn't really care if the opponent is like developing, it's just going to stun, and it's going to slow down the game its own way, and then try to play around like the Ionia combo stuff, and also being the negation region having Deny. So some of the combos are Rootbound Path, and also the Heart of the Tree. So these are story landmarks that have multiple effects. You have to play the effect in ascending order, so you start with chapter 1, and then you go to chapter 2, and then chapter 3. So the first 2 chapters of Rootbound Path are literally just drawing, so that's pretty cool. And then chapter 3, you reduce the cost of cards in your hand by 1 for the round. So this is kind of like an artificial mana ramping as well, if you can get it down early. And you can also combo this with other Rootbound Paths, you can combo this with mana ramping in general, so you're just playing like super accelerated compared to the opponent. And then also Heart of the Tree, what this is going to be doing is healing you for chapter 1 and summoning a 2/2 body. It's going to give everything +1/+1 everywhere for chapter 2, and then chapter 3 you're going to get a card that costs 8 or more, reduce its cost, half, round it up, whatever. You basically just get another big dude to play, right, for cheap. That's basically what these do. And then also you have other big dudes, again, just like the last deck. This is going to be a big heal, which is really, really cool. That way you can stall versus aggro. And then there's Mina Swiftfoot, which is a really strong tempo swing card. This is one of those cards that like once it resolves, the opponent usually just surrenders. And also Singular Will, which kind of does a similar thing as Mina, just AoE recall. And that's going to be like your reset button as well. Make it hard for the opponent to redevelop everything you just put back in their hand. If their hand is full, that also kills like excess units that couldn't make it bounce back to the hand, right? They didn't have the hand space for it, so that's cool too. And then, yeah, you basically play around the same kind of stuff. So you have the same overarching strategy, however, this one's going to be, I think, a little bit trickier to play. It's a little bit more combo oriented, but you are rewarded with a higher win rate deck if you do master this one compared to the Demacia variation. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game. And for this example game, we have Udyr, Braum, Soraka, so a tanky healing deck, which I think we naturally counter. We should be pretty good into this. So just like before, we're going to keep like ramp, Trundle, and then removal of some kind. I think we can get rid of our panic button. We might not need that. Even though it is a one-of, we could keep it. But I think I want to play a little bit greedier, not really have that safety net, is try to get to our ramp. And should I keep that Unworthy Soul? That might be like the one thing that I want to keep. Nah, let's get rid of it. Unworthy Soul's like a 50-50. It's like really good into their deck in particular. But we got double ramping. And they're not Ionia this time, so we don't have to worry about getting denied.
Oh, you're all so cute.
So we can just go ahead and accelerate our game plan. Play this on 3, play this on 4. Trundle, when am I playing you? When am I playing you, actually? That's a good question. I think we play Trundle the turn before we want to play an 8 cost. So whatever turn that falls on, depending on how much we ramp, that's when we're going to play him. And then we're not attacking. I'm not giving you the chance to heal and get stronger. I'm good on that. Give it Spell Shield? Yeah, you can have a Spell Shield 0-3. That's fine. I am not going to contest the board at all. We're playing control. We're playing ramp. You know, we can kind of like sit back, relax. We ain't got to do much. Yo, run it back. Another Wild Mysticism. Run it back. You want to swing with Braum and get a Mighty Poro? Be my guest. And then you want to deal 3 to my face? Go ahead, swing. Yep, I'm taking it. That is fine by me. Yep. Wait, Braum's gonna heal himself from regen. That's kind of annoying. And then Star Shepherd gets attack. I don't like that too much. That's kind of annoying, actually. So, is it Trundle now? I think it is. I think it's Trundle now, then we float 3, then next turn we can play Ice Pillar and Heart of the Tree, or we can start getting Heart of the Tree down as soon as possible to try to work towards that Manifest. Because it's one of those things, right, where this is like a story landmark, you want to get it out as soon as possible, but like, Trundle is so good. I'm going to go with my gut and play Heart of the Tree, I think. This is probably fine. We get to heal, and we get to summon another 2/2 that we can use as a blocker. And then pass. Grant allies everywhere spirit. That includes the Ice Pillar, right? Ice Pillar should also get a little bit of a bonus. +1/+1, which is not that relevant, but I do think it's kind of funny. Stun and also gain 1/1, sure. That is fine by me, yeah? Unworthy Soul. Star-Crossed Lovers. Interesting. I don't think I've seen that card used. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? Is it Trundle now? I think it is Trundle now. It's definitely not another Heart of the Tree, right? Surely that would not be the case twice in a row. Or would it? Now let's do Trundle.
These are troll lands.
They took my love, but left my rage.
Let's go ahead and grant everything Spirit. And then Warding Stones.
Let's show our friends they don't.
Yeah, you're definitely grabbing Trundle. That makes sense. That does make sense to me. Next turn, we should also have the Warding Stones extra mana, so our Feral Mystics are going to hit Enlightened, which is really good value. Like, really, really good. Alright, I think I can block here and here, right? And be pretty happy about that. Or I can block here and here. Put Steph into 3 health. That way I can do a big It That Stares. That's my current game plan. It That Stares AoE wipe. While also getting rid of 2 spell shields.
I feel better when you feel better.
Alright. So let's start with manifesting. We can just do that immediately. Oh, Riptide Rex, that's fascinating. Wrath or Plaza? Plaza's kind of interesting. I think we can play this for cheap, right? And then let's go ahead and do Ice Pillar. Level the Trundle, and then It That Stares. Riptide Rex is really funny if I could play it after combat, but I'm not going to be able to. It That Stares. Honestly, if I had played one more spell, then Plaza Guardian would be playable this turn. Oh, interesting. Brahm's Take Heart. So that was second Brahm as well. Mina would be kind of funny, but we have the spell shields to worry about. It's kind of annoying. Whoa! What did they just replace? The Star-Crossed Lover? Interesting. Alright, yeah, I'm down to just do It That Stares here. Deal 3 to all of the units. Yeah, kill one of my own, but like, who cares? I think we're cooking with this. It's either that or Mina. Mina's not very good. No. Deal 3. Back to the original plan. We still have Deny in our pocket, too, in case they did something fancy that was, like, deniable.
Another day, another fight.
Right. Now we do this, we do this, do this, this. And I think we grab in here? That's big overwhelm. New idea. What if we do like this? I like this better. And then we're pushing overwhelm through 2 HP units and also Braum. And Braum dies to everything as well. Before he can level. So they're going to try to kill Trundle, right? With one of the 8-2s. But do they live?
Do not stand
0699? I think they live.
Stand behind Brom.
You have to do 0699. Or 8299 if you want to put damage on it, and then 0674. That's probably better, obviously, yeah, because then that's preventing overwhelm. But they're not going optimal. 8206. Yeah, they're living with 1 HP in a dream. I've seen them win this. I've always seen them win these. 1 HP in a dream, baby. I think, yeah, never mind. Alright, dream's dead. It's a nightmare. And that's it for this week's decks. Extra shout out to the patrons on screen. Much love and thank you for supporting. With an extra hell yeah to Verdobe, who subscribed to the highest Patreon tier. So yeah, to wrap things up, Lulu Jinx is a menace with its high win rate, and multiple variations of Trundle Volley ramp control have been coming up recently, with a stronger trend towards the Ionia one. Definitely check out my last 2 reports for even more climbing decks. This has been Meta Report. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters!